What's going on, guys? In this video we're going to be going over the Tradingview app, okay, the mobile version of that. So I'm on the App Store here. I'm going to come in, I'm going to type in trading, and Tradingview pops up, okay, and we got Tradingview, stocks, forex, all that stuff right here. It's got the cloud on it. It looks just like the same, it's got the same design as the computer version. So I'm going to download this. Let's give it a second here. Now it's going to be a little bit different from the MT4 app video, because in this video Tradingview is really just used for marking up charts, not necessarily taking live trades. Okay, so we'll let this download here and we'll get into it. So this video might be a little bit shorter. We're not going to be setting up any demo accounts or anything like that. And man, alright, there we go. Alright, so I'm going to open up Tradingview. Okay, send you notifications, nah. Alright, so it opens you up right to the watch list here. So you got the S&P, the NASDAQ, US dollar, index. You got a couple of different indexes in here off the bat. Bitcoin's down here, a bunch of random stuff down here. So you can click anything from this watch list and it will take you to the chart here. So what I'm going to do, you can see at the bottom here, we're on the chart tab now, and I can go back to watch list right there by clicking the bottom left button. So let's play with this for a second, kind of work our way around this. Now it's a little messy. You're not going to want to look at all this stuff. So what you want to do is to click the three dots at the top there and click edit. Okay, and we can literally go through and just delete let's delete just a good amount of this stuff. I want to show you guys how you guys can personalize it and everything like that. So we're just going to go through, delete the things that we normally don't look at anyways. And actually what we're going to do is we're going to make sure that we use the right feed here. Let's get rid of all of it. Okay, so I have no pairs in my watch list. I'm not looking at any assets, no stocks. I don't have any crypto pairs in here, nothing. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to click the plus sign. Actually, I'm going to hit done really quick. I'm going to click the plus sign underneath those three dots. Okay, and if you see there's cancel, it just cancels you back out. So I'm going to click that again. To the right side underneath cancel, there's these blue lines with these little dots. These are the filters. Okay, so me personally, I don't like to use all the exchanges. I like to use the FXCM exchanges. I like those price feeds. So now you can see there's a red dot on exchanges. It's one of my filters now, and you can see a red dot also on the filters button. So when I go to look for any Forex pairs here, like Euro USD, for instance. Let me do this. Whoops, fingers are a little too big. Really? Alright. You'll see Euro USD pops up through FXCM. So I can click that. That's on my watch list now. Okay, it tells me what price point it's at. It tells me what it's been doing today. Now if I click it, it's going to take me right to the chart. That's what your chart's going to look like. Okay, so me personally, you guys already know, I don't like the volumes down there. Now to get rid of the volumes, to clean up the chart a little bit, top left you can see it says Euro USD 1D. We're on the daily time frame, okay, but don't mind that now. We're going to go right underneath that. It says Euro USD, blah blah blah, FX dot dot dot, and it has these red numbers underneath that, the same red numbers that we saw earlier. Well, right underneath that there's a little arrow. Okay, that's in a square. If you click that, okay, got it. If you click that, volume 20 pops up. Okay, and if you click volume 20, you can click the eyeball, which is right next to it, that hides it. You can click the settings for that, or you can edit what that looks like, or you can click the X. And what I like to do is I just like to click the X and get rid of it. Okay, now with Tradingview, when you're looking at a chart here, it's going to automatically snap you to where the price is at that area. So you can see the screen keeps snapping around. I can't just wander off the screen. I'm always going to have candlesticks in front of me. Now, That's cool and all. Some people may like that. I don't. I like to be able to move freely around the chart. So if you if you press the right-hand side of the screen where those numbers are and hold your finger there and drag it up and down, you can actually shrink the candlesticks down or expand them. Okay, and I like to do that. And once you do that on a chart, you can then move freely around. Okay, so it's kind of just like, now I'm not getting snapped back in place. I can look at whatever I want. I can shrink it down by pinching my fingers together. I can widen everything out by pushing my fingers apart, okay, with two fingers. You know, so it's very free. Okay, so I like that. I can look at it from over here. I can see what's going on. I can shrink things down. I can look for major levels, and I can just move really freely around the chart. Okay, so I like that personally. Now, so that's the chart. Now, if you want to edit what your chart looks like, for instance, if you simply just double tap the candlesticks like that, oh, there you go, it'll actually pull this up. Okay, so here, this is where you can kind of edit everything, you know, so you can change your borders, your wicks. You know, you can see what everything's looking like. Your candles. Now, it's important to note that it's not labeled bullish or bearish, right? The bullish candlesticks are where the green slots are. The bearish ones are where the red slots are. So if you want to change the color of your bullish candlestick, you go to Candles, click that green color, and then we can change this to whatever we want. Maybe let's do like a lighter green. Okay, we'll do a lighter, or actually let's do a dark. We'll just leave it at green. We'll leave it at green. We'll change the bearish candlesticks to like purple. I like that. And then you're gonna want to do, that's the same greens, and if you want to match these purples up just so everything looks really sleek. That's what I do anyways. So you can change that there, and let's click OK. And now look, you can see that my candlesticks have changed colors. A lot of this stuff is going to be very similar to the the trading view on the computer. Okay, so up top, very top left, you have Euro USD. On the daily time frame, it says 1D. If you click Euro USD, you can go into searching another pair. So, for instance, let's do Aussie dollar here. We'll pull that up. My color scheme has been mimicked over. I can click 1D here. This is the time frame. Okay, so time frame is right next to the asset. So where that says 1D, top left next to Aussie dollar, click that. And then you can go down to the 1 second. If you're a premium member, 1 minute, 1 hour, all the way down to 1 month. And then you have these different ranges as well. So you can select the time frame, your time interval through here. If you want to look at the 4 hour, there you go. There's the 4 hour. So pretty nice stuff here. That's that. If you click this button here, it's going to ask you to sign in. And really quick, I do want to get into the other stuff beforehand, before signing in. You can click this, and there's your compare button. Your indicators are there. You can hide all drawing towards your chart settings, which is also what we just looked at, right? But you can just double click the chart and get that. Save your chart loadout, stuff like that. A lot of that stuff is useful if you're signed in. Okay, but let's act like you've never signed in before. You don't have a TradingView account, and let's go hit the Paintbrush. Okay, the Paintbrush is going to pull up all your tools that you would normally have on TradingView. So here you have your trend line, your horizontal ray, vertical line, cross line, your arrows, okay, your parallel channels in here, all that stuff's in there. We go back and we open up the pitchfork. You can see that over here, this is where you'll normally find, yeah, there is the fib retracements there. Okay, so same thing, guys. Here it'll even tell you move the point to position the anchor, then tap to place. So right now my finger's not on the dot. It's near the dot, but I'm just moving my finger across the screen in different places, just trying to place it wherever I want. So right now, if this is fibs, let's say I want to start it here. We're going to click, and then now come back. Now we can draw them down. Okay, and then I can line those up, and that's just the fibs that it's going to come with. Okay, that's what they're going to look like. But you can personalize these too. Right here, when you click them, you can change the colors here, right? You can change the settings of them even, which levels you have on there and the colors of those different levels. Change the coordinates, the visibility, all kinds of stuff. So just like the Tradingview on the desktop, it's relatively the same thing. Everything's just placed in a little bit different of an area, but that's pretty much the exact same. You tap that and you can see all the same tools there. If you want to get rid of it, the trash can's on the far right of that menu that pops up. You can just click that, boom, it's gone. So, and then all your tools are through here, and like I said, you can edit these things. Like we can look at the trend line, for instance. So let's anchor that there, tap, and now we're just going to pull it across. So you tap once to anchor it, and then you just drag. And you don't have to be touching the trend line to do that. So you can really see exactly what's going on. Okay, I'm not even touching the dot. Okay, so and then you can just tap off of it, and there you go. Now, just like that, the trend line also has the edits. You can change the colors. I like to make mine black. I also like to make mine thicker. You know, so that's kind of like what I like to do. So I can do all that right there just from this drop-down menu that comes up when you select the trend line. From that point too, you can also just move it around freely if you like to just touch it and move it around. If you do click that, if you do want to re-angle it, at that point your finger does need to be on the actual button there at the end of the trend line. So at that point, that's when you're going to have to do that. If you want to hide it, you can by hitting the I button right above the trash can, which is second from the bottom. If you just want to delete it, you just hit the trash can button, it's gone. So, and that's the same with all of these tools through here. Down at the bottom, some people like to have them down there. They kind of clutter up my chart a little bit, but there are the news releases down there at the bottom. Now, if you click those, you can kind of see what's going on, what's getting released. Pretty helpful if you don't normally pay attention to what's coming out. You know what I mean? So you can come through there and you can look at those. If you go to settings here, which is bottom right of the chart, it's not in the buttons tab, but it's above that. It's like right on the corner of the actual chart. If you click that, here you can look at these different things through here. Invert scale, labels, you can go to settings, and you can really get into the nitty-gritty stuff here and really just do or change whatever you want to do. You can hide some things like symbol name, last value, you can hide that. You know, you can really make your chart as clean as you want it to look. Okay, even it has indicator stuff here if you want to get rid of that or show that. So very nice, very easy to use. I do like using TradingView to mark up my charts. I only use MT4 to take trades. Okay, but I do personally only use my laptop or my computer to mark up charts. I don't mark up any charts on my phone, but I know a lot of you guys find it very convenient, so I just want to make sure that you guys knew how all of this worked. Okay, so that's the chart. If you go to ideas, you know, there's just like little articles and stuff, people talking about Bitcoin through here, you know, like 6,500 on Bitcoin, there you have it. You know, like people throw their markups and stuff in here. You can go to popular or you can go to newest at the top and kind of see what's going on. You know, like you can see this was posted 2 minutes ago. You can see it has 0 views. We're the first to see it, so there you go. And so that's the ideas thing, which I don't really use at all. There's this talks chat, which is the next bottom at the bottom. And there's a bunch of different chats you can actually look at. And I believe you have to sign in to say something. Like you can go into this cryptocurrencies chat right now. Bitcoin is a beast. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, and you can type a message in here and send it off, you know. So I mean, it's pretty cool. Me personally, everyone just kind of bugs me in them, so I don't really talk to anyone in there. There's also private chats, which you got to be logged in to do, and I'll get logged in for here in a second, so you can see that. But there are these different talks that you can look at, which is, it's interesting if you guys are into that. And then you have your profile, which again you have to sign in. So I'm going to skip that for now. But yeah, so that's pretty much the buttons at the bottom. Pretty easy. You can add more to your watch list by just typing in. If you're looking for pound pairs, you can just type in GBP, and the different pound pairs will pull up. Like pound Aussie. I love pound Aussie. It'd be way easier to navigate, in my opinion, than MT4, especially if you're trying to draw. You just click the paintbrush. I mean, you can throw text on this. Here's your buy and sell positions. You know what I mean? Like, it's just, in my opinion, it's way better. So, I really like TradingView. If you are going to mark up anything, I would definitely use TradingView for it, and just take the live trades on MT4, execute the trades. But yeah, guys, so this is TradingView. I don't think I'm missing much. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and log in. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. Okay, so I've logged into my personal account, and it kind of just threw back all these randoms. I don't really have a custom watch list. Like I said, I normally do my stuff on the computer. But if I go to chart now, you can see that I do have my markups that I marked up on my TradingView on my laptop. My markups will show up now. So my chart looks the same. All my settings are good. So if you do have an account on TradingView and you log in, all of your stuff will be mimicked over, which is really nice, really helpful, and I do really appreciate that, because I would really hate to have to go through all this stuff. Can we get rid of those, please? Thank you. And really edit everything again. So there you have it. That is TradingView. And like I said, you can really just go through here and customize the watch list. You can sort by different things here, by symbols, percent change, all that kind of stuff. Another thing that's very helpful, that if you are searching, that kind of cleans it up. If you do all exchanges, for instance, like if you don't really care, but you want to look at stocks, like that's helpful. So if you type in stocks, you type in A, you're looking for Apple, there it is. It's only going to pull up stocks, and now you have Apple down here. So you can sort it through that way. Super easy, guys. And oh, by the way, once you sign in, you can also do the alerts. So there's a button up top. It's that clock next to the filter button there. Next to that one, there's a clock. You can create an alert for Apple. And you can sit here and input the alert. If you don't have the premium version, I believe you can only set one alert at a time. But the option's there for you guys to use, and it'll send you, as long as you have it set to where it'll send you notifications to your phone. You can set that up, which is pretty cool. So yeah, guys, I hope y'all enjoyed this video. I hope this is easy.
TradingView pulls up. You're going to have a lot of stuff going on your main screen. Okay, none of this is necessarily important. You just have users for the site, a couple charts that people are looking at, news and such. None of that's really important. What you're going to want to do is you're going to want to come up here to the search bar and type in the name of the chart that you would like to pull up. So let's say, for instance, I wanted to pull up Euro US dollar. Now, first of all, this site has pretty much everything you could want. It's got the stock market, it's got NASDAQ, it's got popular Forex pairs, it's got oil, gold, the dollar index, and it's got a lot of different things. You can pretty much pull up anything you want on this site, including cryptocurrencies. So, but let's say you don't want one of these things up here. You come into search, and let's say we type in GBP JPY. It's going to pull up a few different feeds for pound yen. I like Owanda and FXCM, so I'll normally choose one of these two, and I usually go ahead and go with FXCM just to keep it consistent, and I like their feed. It's going to pull up a little screen here. When this loads, it'll have a little picture of the chart, and it'll give you a brief little history over here on the side about the pound and the yen, a little bit about it, and just some related content for this pair. I normally don't look at any of this, but if you're new and you're really trying to get an idea about what's going on, you can take a look at it here and there. Go ahead and click Interactive Chart, and you can X out of the previous tab. Now you no longer need that. And it's going to pull up the main platform for TradingView. And this is going to be pretty much where you do all of your analysis, where you switch between your pairs and stuff. So once you've got this pull up, you no longer need to go through the main site. Alrighty, so here we are on pound yen. Now we're going to just start with the basics here. You guys can see that you automatically will have this nice fresh layout. Over here on the right hand side, you have your price. You guys can see that the current price is right here, 142.762, and it's currently moving. We are live in the market, and it shows you how long you have until the close of the current candle right here, 48 minutes until the close of this 1 hour candle. So that's really neat. You guys can see as I move my cursor across the screen, down here at the bottom of the screen, it's showing the date and the time. So you move through the 25th, the 27th, 28th. Down here at the bottom of the screen, it's going to show you upcoming news events that are related to your pair. So you guys can see if I click on some of these, we have medium impact news for the pound here. And then it looks like we've also got a few yen news releases here. So basically giving you an idea of when you can expect a potential news hit during your trading. So that's really useful as well. If you want to edit anything on this chart, you can right click the chart. You see you have a lot of options here, but you can go down to properties all the way down here at the bottom. And it's going to pull up a box similar to the one you would have in MT4. And you guys can change the colors of the candles, the borders, the wicks. You guys can change pretty much just anything you want about this chart, the background, all that stuff, time zones. Anything you could ever want to change, you can change from there. So that's pretty much the chart. Now, over here on the right-hand side, you're going to have this. Let me see if I can extend it out here. You're going to have all of this pulled up over here. You guys don't need any of these things over here. It's not necessary for your trading. You're going to see that one of them will be highlighted in blue. Just click whichever one is highlighted in blue and it will close it out. And just keep it over here. You don't need that. You guys will also likely have this bottom pulled up down here. So as you guys can see, what I normally do, I just click trading panel and it goes away, and then I no longer worry about any of the things down here. Again, that's not going to be stuff that's going to be really necessarily important for you, especially here at the beginning. The things that are going to be important to you. So you guys can see we have our quick sell and buy box here. Now you're not going to be able to trade through TradingView like you do MT4. So clicking buy or sell is not really going to do anything. You see I can click buy right now. It's not really going to do anything. It's going to pull up the trading panel where you have strategy testers and such. But again, that's not important for us right now. So you have this here. That's what that is. You have this button right here, which will take your chart into full screen mode, which is really cool. The only bad thing about this is that if you're wanting to do your analysis, it's kind of tough. So really this is just used for like presentations or studying or something of that nature. You have your undo and redo arrows. So let's say, for instance, I mark something on the screen and I don't want that. I can just click undo and it's gone. Right here you have publish your ideas. This is not something you're going to be using. This is just if you're part of the community and want to show your chart to people in the community. Right here you can create an alert. So essentially this is going to notify you when price reaches a certain point. So if you're waiting for perhaps a pending order or you want to see price get to this zone right here, and you set an alert for yourself so when price gets here it alerts you, that's what you can do here. Right here you have indicators, so you can click indicators and it'll pop up a box like so, and you have a wide variety of indicators just like you would in MT4. Here you have compare. You're not going to be using this. You have chart properties right here, which is the same thing as right clicking and going to properties. Here you can choose between candles and bars, line graphs, right, the things we talk about. You're going to almost always be on the candlestick chart, so again, not something you really need to worry about. Here, this is a really important area. You're going to be playing with this a lot, so you have these buttons right here. This pretty much just allows you to choose what time frame you would like to look at for your chart. So I can switch here to the 4-hour time frame, and it just does it automatically. So right here, I have my pair. Now I can choose to pull up any other pair right here and it's going to automatically pull up the interactive chart. So that's what I meant by you no longer have to go through the main site once you're on the screen. You can just do everything from this platform here. So that does it for this top area. The last thing you'd want to know, besides this left-hand toolbar, which I'm going to get to in a moment, is that down here there's going to be a camera icon. So if you have a markup here that you would like to save to your computer for documentation or for reference or for your trading journal, right? You click this icon right here. It'll pop up this dialog box, click Save Image, and it's going to pull this image up in a new tab. And here you can save whatever markup or analysis you have to your computer, and that's that. Okay, so now for the meat of everything, So over here on the left-hand side, you can see I have my pointer here, which is currently set at a cross, but I can set for anything I want. I can make it an arrow, or I can make it a dot, okay, but I like to keep it on cross. Just under that, you have a toolbox here, trend lines, horizontal raise for support and resistance and such, vertical lines, different kinds of arrows. You have a channel, so if I want to do a channel, I can click here, and then pull back to the other side for my price channel. So you can really, it's really user friendly, guys. Like, you just click, drag, click again, it drops it. And notice how once it drops it, it pulls up this little toolbar right here where you can change anything you want about it. You can change the color from right here to anything you want. You can change the thickness of the line. You can change the style of the line, the beginning, the end. You can make it an arrow. You have more settings here. Again, you can add an alert. You can change the transparency. You can pretty much do anything you want, or you can just delete it. The next area here is going to be a little bit more advanced. So this is not something you guys will be using for a long time, but the most popular tool you will use here is your Fibonacci retracement. So again, you will just click, drag, and then click again, and you get your Fibonacci retracement. So that's something you guys will be using soon in the future. Next, you have your drawing area. So you have a brush here, but you can literally just go around and just draw things. Again, guys, this toolbar pops up where you can just edit anything you want about this. And then also a really popular thing to use from this area is this rectangle here. So when you guys are doing support and resistance, supply and demand, you guys are going to be drawing zones. And so zones are drawn using this tool right here, okay? And again, you can change anything you want about this. So I'm going to go ahead and delete that. Now, the next area is the text. So you have regular text. Just click on the screen. You can type anything you want, change anything you want about it. The background, the border, text wrap, everything about the text, visibility, you can do anything you want. And then what I also like to use is this call out here, where you can pretty much come over here and say, hey, boom, and then type something you want, and it'll just leave that here on the screen for you. It just helps when you're doing analysis or anything like that. So the next area, harmonic / chart pattern area. Again, this is not something you guys are going to be using for quite a while, but one of the most popular ones you will use is the head and shoulders pattern. So again, you'll just click, 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 click. I mean, it literally just fills everything in for you guys like magic. So it's really nice. It's very useful once you guys get towards more advanced content. It's going to help you a lot versus using MT4. So a lot of advantages here. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to remove all drawing tools. See how I did that? So you guys are going to do that all the time. Remove all drawing tools. Just right click the chart, go down to remove all drawing tools. And you guys can see here also, you've got pretty much everything you could need when you right click. You can add an alert. You see here you can do buy and sell limits, which again you can't really do on TradingView. You could reset the chart, which is essentially just the same thing as removing everything. You can change the chart you're on. You can change the interval. You can put on an indicator. You can mess with the drawing tools. You guys can edit the properties. And another big one here when you right click is you can say go to date. and you can just simply type in the date that you want to go to. So let's say I want to go back to June 15th at 5 o'clock, maybe 5:20. Why not? Click go. You guys see it just shoots me right on over here to June 15th around 5 o'clock, and I can do my analysis from there. So that's a really useful tool when you right click. Anyways, back over here to the left hand side, we have this area right here, which is for marking your trades. So we use this constantly, guys, like constantly. We're going to be using this. So like, let's say for instance, we wanted to take a short trade. We're going to click here, okay, and you have your long position, short position, so make sure you choose the right one. And then you can just drag this down to identify where your stop would be. Drag this around to identify where your take profit level would be. And then it's going to show you the risk to reward here in the middle, how many pips your stop loss is, how many pips your take profit is. And you guys can see it fills in darker. It fills in darker depending on where price left off when you exited the trade. So it'll tell you where you exited the trade in the scheme of your overall trade. So that's a really neat tool. We use that constantly. Here, this is for shapes and random designs and stuff. I mean, you might use this, but I mean, in terms of professional trading, there's no application for these things, but they're there if you want to. And then here we have a measure tool, which is pretty much the same thing as the cursor in MT4, where you can click and then pull over and see how many pips, how many bars, how much time is that. So you can see here it's showing 377 pips, 37 1-hour bars, which is equivalent to 8 days and 4 hours. So that's how you would use that tool. And then you have the zoom in button, you have magnet mode, don't worry about that. And then you have a really cool feature here, which is stay in drawing mode. So if you guys see, if I take a trend line here and I draw it down, I have to, when I click again, I don't get anything. So I have to come back over here and click trend line again to draw another trend line. And it just opens this up, and then I can't draw it. So if I click stay in drawing mode and I click trend line, I can just sit here and just continue to draw these things all throughout the chart and not have to constantly go back and switch. So that's another useful tool that you guys will have. And these things down here aren't really important. So I'm going to go ahead and right click, remove all indicators and drawing tools. And here I am with my fresh chart here on TradingView, and I'm ready to get going. So I hope